Yeah.
Hey, pause up, everybody. Welcome to Meowy Hour. I'm your host, Arden Moore, and I got a crush, an orange crush on you, baby. I'm talking here those rusty meow and a pet safety cat, Casey. This show, as you know, is presented each and every week by the Cat Fancier Association. And we want to do a special salute to our sponsor, and that is In Clover, the makers of really yummy, 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 yummy cat and dog supplements. We have my co-pilot here, all breed cat judge, Kathy Black, with our doggy designee, hoist that boy, girl up, Destiny. And very, very fortunate to have as our very special guest. She does a lot for the feline world. She's the former president of the Cat Writers Association. She's an award-winning blogger and author, and she makes some cool t-shirts. And more than that, she is a wonderful person. Check it out, lower it down so they can see what that says. Show it to them. All right, we're talking the one, the only, Deb Barnes. Welcome to Meowy Hour. Deb, you ready for this?
I am. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
And here's a friend of yours.
Hi, Casey, buddy.
Casey says, I haven't seen you since the 2019 Cat Writer Conference. And I think I did touch your nose, didn't I? Because you won some big things.
We did kiss, yes.
Yeah. Oh, Casey, you're gonna. I've heard of hiss and tell, but this is kiss and tell.
We kissed.
Ah, right. Well, there's a reason why I'm showing my ginger boys, because our special guest today is coming out with a new book. And what's the title of the book?
Hold on, let me grab that. It's a long one. Okay.
Okay.
Because it's still in draft format. So
okay.
Orange Crush, television, cartoons, movies, house cats, and more. The history and love affair with the ginger cat.
Wow. And while you were saying that, Kathy just put the image you sent us of Orange Crush Love. This is Rusty the Purr for me. You haven't met him. I have never had a ginger cat until now. And everybody knows I'm not a youngster. So I have double the Orange Crush. And he's like, we're worth it. What do you think of his eyes? Doesn't he look like he's up for some trouble?
He's beautiful.
He's a sweet boy. He's a sweet boy. Hey guys, we got a lot on our show tonight. We're going to be talking to Deb. She does a lot of things in the cat world. She even created a special holiday. She works and donates her time. She has a lot of cool things. So we're going to launch into that in a bit. But right now, I want to see how good you guys are. We know the phrase that cats are crepuscular. crepuscular. I don't know if that means you're creepy and muscular. No. It means that cats are part of the group of species that seem to be more active at dawn and dusk, like having a meowy hour, which is why Rusty's being kind of cray-cray right now. But did you know that there's two other terms for different species? One is called nocturnal. And obviously that relates to animals that are more active at night when we're all sleeping. So Deb, I'm going to put you on the bubble, and you too, okay. Kathy. Can you give me an example of either, besides a cat, a dog, a species that is nocturnal or crepuscular? I'm going to give you a big wide berth, and I'll tell you.
A meerkat?
Yeah, would be what?
Nocturnal.
Right. All right, Kathy, your time. What do you think? Give me a crepuscular.
I think of an owl. I think of owls being active at night as being nocturnal.
Okay. Now, there is another type that's called diurnal, diurnal.
Diurnal.
And that means they're, don't say urinal, but it sounds like it.
Yeah.
But those are animals that are most active during the day and sleep at night. I think you have one in your lap right now.
Yes, I do.
So hold up, Destiny.
Say, I like
You
to
are-
sleep. I sleep all the time, but yeah, I like to sleep at night too.
So I just wanted to introduce you to 3 words: crepuscular, nocturnal, and diurnal. D-I-U-R-N-A-L. So glad I'm here hosting and botching the enunciations. But some of the other crepusculars and adjoining the kitties include mice, ferrets, bison, rattlesnakes, the birds, hummingbirds, they're one of them. So nocturnal, that could be, like you said, owls, foxes, skunks. I don't want to be anywhere near a skunk, so I'm hoping I'm sleeping while they're active. Snowshoe hares. Can we be more specific? Badgers, milk snakes, and raccoons. Now, if you happen to see a raccoon active during the day, because they're nocturnal, stay away, because they could be potentially rabid and have rabies. So don't be out there saying, hey, be my pal. Want me to reset your alarm? The other creatures that are D-I-U-R-N-A-L, like our doggy designee, Destiny, they also include hawks, eagles, falcons, lizards, squirrels, and don't forget, butterflies. So did you guys feel like you learned something?
Yes.
Can you make a t-shirt out of that, Deb?
That wasn't really not a lot about cats there, Arden.
All right, Rusty goes, I'm out of here, stage right. All right. So guys, we do have some prizes to give away from last week's trivia question. And the question was this: in celebration of National Black Cat Appreciation Day, which was yesterday, Felix the cat first appeared as an animated character in 1919. And I asked you guys, what was the name of that silent film? And I gotta tell you guys, pause and applause. You are smarty pantses. The answer is Feline Follies, and the winners are going to get their paws on a 4-pack of In Clover cat treats that are like Spry, Sleep, Smile, and Flow. And thanks, Kathy, for popping that up. They make dog and cat supplements. They've been around since 96. Big shout out to Rebecca Rose, who currently is the biochemist who created this company. And she's right now in Las Vegas, not gambling, but manning a booth at Super Zoo. Guys, go to inclover.com. If you add at checkout Meowy in Clover 21, you get 10% off. Woohoo! And when I win the lotto, maybe I'll buy you a car. But didn't say it was going to operate. It could be a toy car, right?
Right.
So we have a lot to cover. We're going to get into it with Deb in a second. We're also going to be talking about some traits about large cat breeds. And I have a cocktail that's going to keep you awake. You're going to be nocturnal tonight, and you're going to be knocked out because it's got a lot of potency in it. So be prepared. So let's get this potty started.
Let's say who the winners were.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, I got all excited.
I know.
That's why you're here. You're my co-pilot. Take it away, Kathy.
Okay, so Dawn Swihart was the winner of the In Clover Wellness Treats. Congratulations, Dawn. We gave away 2 of Dr. Gary's books, and they went to Karen Heemstra and Susan Wittich. So Susan and Karen are the winners of the books, and they've been mailed out, I've been told. So they should be on their way.
So as you guys know, last week our special guest was Dr. Gary Weitzman. He is the president and CEO of the San Diego Humane Society and a veterinarian, and he writes like a zillion books. And so he graciously agreed to give away autographed copies of his 2 books. One's called Pounce, and another one was called How to Speak Cat, both under National Geographic titles. So thanks, Kathy. That was a pretty nice gift.
And so what's the trivia question this week?
Okay, see how you are. You are awesome. You helped me. Thank you. You had me at trivia. You had me at trivia. All right, don't answer this, our special guest, Deb Barnes, because we're going to reveal next week. But I mentioned at the beginning of the show that cats are crepuscular. but it's a Latin word. And what does that Latin word actually mean? So I'm going to give you 4 choices. This is an easy breezy trivia. I didn't make it hard for you guys. I just felt today was an easy day. So what does crepuscular mean in Latin? Was it translate to A, dusk, B, sunrise, C, twilight, or my favorite, D, annoying? As in, what are
I don't think
cats
there's
were
a Latin word
crepuscular
for
do
that.
when we're sleeping?
That's called the zoomies.
Yeah, the zoomies, yeah. So what does crepuscular mean translate in Latin? Is it dusk, sunrise, twilight? I dare you to write annoying. And the winner will be getting their paws on a 4-pack of the In Clover cat supplement. So what do you think? Did I do that right, Kathy?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Type your answers in the chat box on the Facebook Live. And you have until Sunday afternoon. Actually, I'm out of town this weekend, so you probably have till Monday afternoon to get your answers in.
All right. Now, I wish I could have a drum roll. I was a glockenspielist back in high school, but I'm very excited. Our special guest today is Deb Barnes. Let me give you a little insight on Deb. Deb is in South Florida. She works a full-time job, but she also knows how to wrangle cats. She knows how to write great articles, great books, fiction and non. She's a blogger, a t-shirt designer, and she kind of squeezed in for a few years being the president of the Cat Writers Association, and during its 25th anniversary special, which is cool. I think, look at this. Look at she's got here. These are just some of her books, guys. Take a quick look at this. And the Making Biscuits and the Chronicles of Z and Zoe, Deb graciously is going to sign and give one away each. So pay attention, because when I'm speaking with Deb today, I'm going to end up asking you guys a question. And the person who answers them right will get their paws on either book, right, Deb?
Absolutely.
All right.
They'll be in the running to get the book.
They'll be in the
Yes.
running to get the book. Yes. See, that's why it takes a village. All right. She was awarded the Writer of the Year by Friskies in 2013. She somehow squeezes time out to help out a group called Positively, my kind of spelling, Humane Incorporated of Miami. She has, is it 8 cats?
8 cats.
8 cats.
Yes.
Okay. And she is also, we put it up there, zzoe.com, zeezoey.com. Please, guys, check out her website, and you'll find out, we're going to find out a little bit more about Z and Zoe in a minute. But in her spare time, she also created a national pet holiday. That's not easy to do. And it's coming up, and it's international. So on August 28th, exactly 10 days from today, you created the Rainbow Bridge Remembrance Day. And I don't want this to be a downer, Deb, because they're with us, our past and present, right? So let's tee it up. What made you say, I think I want to create a holiday because this is something we need to do?
Well, it's interesting you use the word holiday. It is a holiday, even though it doesn't seem to be so, but
Yeah.
in 2013, my cat, a ragdoll, Jazz, passed away, and it was a really, really traumatic experience for me. He had been with me for 15 years, and
Wow.
yeah, and he became very beloved through the blogging and social media, and I'm very blessed with a gift in that I'm able to write what people think, but they don't know how to say. So a lot of times I'll blog and I'll get in the comments, oh, you said exactly how I feel. Thank you for saying that. I didn't know. I felt I was the only one. Now I don't feel so alone. But yeah, in any event, I realized there was a pretty large audience of people that needed to share their feelings of grief without feeling embarrassed or condemned or just grief is a difficult subject, especially regarding our pets. It's becoming much more mainstream, but several years ago it wasn't. And
yeah, do you remember when you would lose a cat or a dog and you just weren't yourself at work, but you didn't want to say anything because people think that was silly?
yeah,
But yet
yeah.
cats and dogs elevate our good hormones. And I think I'm so glad it's 2021, but your kitty cat, Jazz, you said was a rag doll.
He was a rag doll. Yeah.
And so tell us a little bit about Jazz.
So Jazz was just my soul kitty. He was everything. And when he passed, he was actually, this was also something that was very special. And I've had a lot of cats my whole life, not just my current gang.
Uh-huh.
Jazz came back to me and in the afterlife, and he just kind of guided me. I felt him with me, and I had a real hard time saying goodbye to him. And when I decided to write the book, it was during the process of writing that I finally really let go. Like the floodgates.
What was the name of the book that you wrote?
It's called Prints of the Heart, A Cat's Tale of Life, Death, and Beyond. And the book is written in the voice of Jazz. In my research, there are so many fantastic books out there written by very credible doctors and grief counselors. And they serve a really good purpose. But I wanted this book to be, again, something that people could relate to on a different level. I didn't want a clinical book.
Right.
So this book has clinical research and it's very well documented, but it's written from Jazz's perspective, basically saying to his guardian, me, it's okay. You can say goodbye to me. You can let me go, and I need to go. And even when I'm gone, you're still in my heart, and I will live on forever in memory. So it just created a sensation. And again, through blogging, I got a lot of comments, and I realized the one common thread, whether you believe in it or not, and I'm not saying that you have to believe in it,
right?
The Rainbow Bridge is a universal euphemism for death.
Right.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to create a day where people can just share memories, share a picture, share a video, share a blog post. Yeah, you might cry, it might be sad, but it's also beautiful. And I didn't anticipate what was going to happen. It kind of caught wind, and as the years have passed, it's become viral and it's become international. And like sometimes I'll Google Rainbow Bridge Remembrance Day and I'll look and I'll be like, oh my God, okay, somebody created a song, or it's on the radio, or it's just served a very beautiful purpose. And
I really like that,
very
Deb.
proud of it.
I will share with you this ring right here has paws and hearts on it.
Oh.
And I wear it whenever I do anything in the pet world, like hosting Meowy Hour, because inside the ring are the names of my dog Chipper and my cat Zeke, who were my first pet first aid team. And they were also therapy pets. So I remember my guys, but when I'm doing something to help others. With this coming up August 28th, is there something you plan to do or a tip you can give people on what they can do to, I know it's not the word celebrate, but in a way it is. You're celebrating the life of a pet that made you a better human.
You're just basically honoring the memory of that pet. Prints of the Heart has their own Facebook page, and every year I create a Facebook event. So if you go to Facebook, Prints of the Heart, you'll find me right away. Again, Rainbow Bridge Remembrance Day is not mandatory. I'm not looking to make anybody uncomfortable. If you don't want to participate, you don't have to. And sometimes this has been a really difficult year. Maybe it's too fresh for you. I get that. But if you want to participate, you might want to share a blog post, or you might want to share a video. I host a blog post on my Zoe blog. I have a graphic that I designed and created that I share with anybody that wants to use it.
Good.
Yeah.
So they go to Paw Prints of the Heart on Facebook to get some more details.
Per Prints. Hold on, I'm going to grab the book. 1 second.
Okay, Per Prints. Okay. I don't know if my thing is going, Kathy, but if you can get Per Prints of the Heart Facebook, type that. Well, that'd be great. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm typing it.
Okay, thank you.
Can you see
Hold
it?
it up a little bit. Hold it up a little higher. Higher. There it is. Per Prints of the Heart. Perfect. All right. Hey, let's go back in time, Deb. You're a kid. Where are you growing up?
Oh, Lord, that's a crazy question.
I asked it.
You can ask it. I was not born in a military family, but my mom divorced frequently and we moved a lot. So,
Okay. We can laugh about it now.
Very frequently, to be able to divorce frequently.
So I was born in Michigan. I've lived in Oregon, Texas, Illinois, about 20 places in upstate New York, and now currently here in Florida.
Okay. How did you connect with cats? Did you have cats growing up, or when you were on your own?
Well, here's the thing. When I was young, I was very, 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 very shy, very introverted, thick glasses, the shortest kid in class. I was bullied and picked on. And I had a really, really rough childhood. Probably something that a lot of us can relate to, but books and cats became my go-to, my refuge. And cats don't judge you, and books don't judge you. So I've always had cats, and I've always loved cats, and I can't imagine my life without them. But they bring a peace and contentment to me.
I like that. Well, kudos. I say the same. I've had cats all my life, since the cat I had, Corky, a Siamese, in our backyard lake growing up in Crown Point, Indiana. The lake was called Hermit's Lake. Can't make that up. And Corky would go swimming in the lake with my two dogs, Peppy and Crackers, and follow anybody with the fishing pole because he was hoping for bluegill.
Well, imagine, I know my father was a minister, and so we moved a couple times, but I know how hard it is to change schools. So, you always feel like you're not part of the in crowd, or you didn't grow up with these kids, and so you're not part of that clique. So I imagine changing. If your mother married that many times and you lived in that many different places, you probably changed schools a few times. So
I did,
having a cat and having a book would be something constant, where you were rest of your life was spinning out of control. So
100%, yes.
Yeah. So you said that it says here you were the publisher and owner of ZZP Publishing, and let's get into that and tell people a little bit about Z and Zoe.
Okay, so I'm sure both of you can recall back in 2008, 2009, the economy was pretty brutal. And my fiance and I were laid off same day, same time, same company. And,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it was really hard. And we were both, I'm not going to say that, I don't want to say how old I am, but let's just say that it's harder at my age to find a job than it is for younger people. And so we had a really difficult time finding employment, and I had a house payment, a mortgage, and
what kind of work were you guys doing?
I've worked, this is crazy because it has nothing to do with cats, but I've worked primarily in the military, body armor and F-16 aircraft and refurbishments and just crazy stuff. Protecting our country, let's put it that way.
G.I. Jane is here in the house.
Yeah. So we just kind of went into really deep, dark depression and had a few moments there where we just didn't know what the next day was going to bring, where you just want to kind of crawl under the bed and not ever wake up. And Z and Zoe, Z is my Maine Coon and Zoe is my Bengal. And I'm talking many, many years ago, before I became the educated advocate that I am today. I didn't know about many of the topics of spay and neuter and all the things that are so important today to reducing pet overpopulation. So Z and Zoe had a litter of kittens, and yeah.
Wow, they liked each other.
Yeah, they had their own Meowy hour. But,
I thought that was an interesting breeding.
Yeah, you need to draw the curtains.
Yeah, so it was a Barry White moment, but they had a litter of kittens, and these kittens ended up actually being the impetus to where I am today. The advocate, the educator, the working for Positively Humane, writing award-winning articles on spay and neuter. And so I don't regret what happened. I can't.
How many did they have?
They had 4 kittens.
Okay.
And basically what happened was these kittens were sitting on the couch with me. I'm crocheting an Afghan because that's another thing I do when I'm when I just need to kind of go into my place to center myself. And being that they were kittens, they're playing with the yarn and they're starting to get annoying and they're all over the place and they're just being kittens. And like a light bulb went off and I realized that kittens find the extraordinary in the ordinary.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? Stop it, Deb. Just stop it. And I got up off the couch and I said, I need to write.
Wow.
So I'm not working. So what? Do something that you have a passion for that you never did before. And I said,
really?
I'm going to write about how these cats have saved my life. They got me through this depression. And so I started writing and writing and writing and writing, and then it turned into a book, and the book turned into a blog, and then the blog turned into an article with Cat Fancy. I met Susan Logan of Cat Fancy, and
she was a great editor of Cat Fancy.
She changed my life. That woman gave me a chance. I was nobody, and she gave me a chance. And I wrote articles for Cat Fancy, and then all of a sudden, I'm volunteering for the cat writers, and then I'm part of a nonprofit, and then I'm rescuing, I'm protesting the Lowe's cats, the feral cats, and trying to save feral cats, and it just snowballed.
Well, you found your direction.
I did, yes.
Yeah, and so Z and Zoe are pretty famous. You mentioned Jazz, the rag doll.
Jazz was part of the crew. Here's my original. This was the Z Zoe crew. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. So there, Z. This is Z. This is Zoe. This is Jazz. This is 3 of the kittens, and then this was my rescue Harley.
Nice. Well, you also, I don't know if the kitty's still in your room where you are right now, but what's the deal with Kismet? What a great name.
Oh, Kismet, excuse me. Kismet's, he's so special. I went to Pet Supermarket one day to buy some food, and it was a pet supermarket that I normally didn't go to. And I saw this cat in a cage. And he just did this to me, and I'm like, okay, I guess you're coming home with me. And was
that Kitty Karma?
It was Kitty Karma. Kismet is just the most gracious cat I've ever had in my life. He drapes himself around my neck every night when I when I watch TV on the couch, and when I lost Harley and Jazz, he seemed to intuitively know the loss. He would come to me and snuggle into my chest and basically kind of just say, you know, I know you're hurting and I'm here for you. And
Nice.
he's just very kind. And any rescues that we brought in, we have a black cat rescue, Shadow, my orange and white ginger cat, Jasmine. He's always embraced them, where the other cats are a little more like, no. But he's just so kind and gentle.
Is he around? You can hold him up?
Where did he go? Let me see where he went.
Okay. Come on, Kismet. It's a Meowy hour.
Where are you, buddy? He was in here. Hold on.
Okay.
You know, I have a very similar story to hers. Whenever I lost my husband, I was not showing very much, and I fell in love with the Somali, and the Somali introduced me to a whole world of showing, which kind of helped me get out of that funk also. So that's, you know, the cats can do that. They can really change the direction of your life and help you overcome whatever's going on at the time. So that's cool.
Yeah, I really appreciate. Let's get into what is Positively Humane in Miami. What's that all about, and how can we help?
Positively Humane. Christine Michaels of Riverfront Cats in Miami is the founder of that, and basically, it's a grassroots entity. It's not like a physical location or rescue, but it's we like to educate, especially Miami certainly is a very multicultural environment. So we try to educate not just in English, but in Spanish and other languages, because...
Do you speak Spanish?
I don't, but Christine does. And we try to educate. There's I
can say, yo tengo dos gatos se llama que si a Rusty.
There you go.
All my Spanish friends are like, oi, 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 oi.
Do you know their website? Because I just Googled it. I got lots of different strange things.
What's the best way people can reach out to them?
PAWSITIVELY. I believe it's .org. Maybe that's
positively.org.
Positivelyhumane.org.
Okay. And pause again is PAWSITIVELY,
yes.
humane.org. Let's try that.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Does that work? Okay.
I have to be honest, Christine and I have not updated this as much as we should have. Life has kind of gotten in the way, but
yeah.
Yes,
but
that worked. Thank you.
Sorry, losing my voice.
Have a drink of wine. It's right there.
Her biggest cause is black cats.
Okay. It is Meowy hour. Okay.
Because we know black cats more so than many other black cats are not a breed, but black cats more so than any other cat are overlooked or persecuted in shelters. So we try really hard to advocate on black cat education.
And you have Shadow's your black kitty, right?
Shadow's my black cat. He came to me. I went out into the garage one morning, like I always do, to grab some cat food, and I heard a little meow outside the garage door. It's pitch dark outside, and I'm like, oh God, no. And I opened the garage door, and yeah, sure enough, he found the house. And I'm pretty certain he was abused and dumped. He was a little bit challenging. He was a biter and a scratcher, and very wary of affection. It's been 2 years, and we've made significant progress.
Good.
Yeah, and I'm very grateful that we kept him, because the last thing I wanted to do was to think of him in a shelter environment where he'd become even more
wary and
I'm laughing because right behind you, look what Kismet just did. Here comes there you go, guys, right on cue. So you've had the opportunity to have purebreds and who's your mama, who's your daddy cats, right? And what do you like about all cats?
Oh God, everything. You know, the fun thing about purebred cats is that they're pretty much what their breed says they are. My Maine
Yeah.
Coon Z is an absolute gentle giant. He's
How much does he weigh?
Right now that's not a fair question because he's a
Oh.
senior.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
senior and he's kind of
All right.
losing, you
Yeah.
know, he's in his twilights, but
Okay.
in his heyday, you know, he was quite hefty and a gorgeous boy. He still is gorgeous. He's still got kitten in him, but
Good.
he loves to chatter. He's very social. He's everything that a Maine Coon is. And then Zoe is my Bengal, and whew, so
I need another glass of wine on that one. Yeah.
yeah. So when we first got Zoe, I picked her up at the cattery in West Palm Beach in Florida, and I could fit her in the palm of my hand. She's this little tiny thing, and I'm kind of known as being the leopard lady, and I'd always wanted a Bengal. So she screamed like a wild banshee on the car home, and you know, again, she's what, 10, 12 weeks old, and just screaming, and I'm like, oh, okay. And
what have I done?
yeah, and I love her to pieces. She's my girl, but she's a handful, and you know, she's a senior now too, and the older she gets, the louder she is, and she just can pierce the sound barrier with her bleeding. And
yeah, we got an all breed judge right here. And you want her to chime in here, Kathy? With
I was just wondering,
and
you know,
Zoe the Bengal.
You've had her for many years, so
yes.
Do you know how many generations she was removed from the Asian leopard cat?
She's an F4. She's pet quality.
Okay, F4.
But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that could explain some of that screaming, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But all right, get back to that leopard lady. You're right.
Yes.
Whenever I saw you at the Cat Writers, and by the way, thank you for your service for being president of the Cat Writers Association. And I really think under your leadership, we kind of pivoted because we were getting ready to celebrate the 25th anniversary. And I think there's been a rebirth in the CWA. A lot of great people created it, including Michael Brim from the CFA and Amy Sojai. But I think you steadied the ship, and I think there's a new team in town. We had Paula Gregg on our show. She's the president. She's great. That's a lot of responsibility. But do you want to say, I mean, you went from meeting Susan Logan as the cat fancy editor, humbly getting an assignment, to being in charge of this international cat writers group.
Yeah. The cat writers kind of went through some growing pains. I think that
I think that it came out okay.
Yeah, blogging and social media kind of threw all of us for a loop. Very tragically, as you know, one of our presidents, Lori Houston, passed very unexpectedly, and she was on the cusp of leading us down that road of social media and blogging. And when she passed, we weren't quite prepared for how to make that transition. And Marcy Kladnick very, very graciously stepped in and did a great job under the circumstances. But it was meant to be temporary, and she wanted to retire, and I respect that. And we kind of had difficulty finding somebody to fill Marcy's shoes, and I was the vice president at the time, and it was also kind of a difficult time for me. I was going through some eye surgeries and my own kind of stuff, and wasn't really sure that I wanted to step in, but
I'm glad you did.
I have such a love for the CWA and such gratitude for the doors and the life that they've given me that I couldn't say no. So I said, you know what, I'm going to thank you.
I'm glad. I'm saying, you said a name that means a lot to me. This book came out, and guys, check out who wrote the foreword. Dr. Lori Houston.
Oh, I love her.
This was one of the last things she did before she passed away. And she's a veterinarian, and she was a damn good writer. And so I know She's looking from above, checking us all out.
Yeah.
Hey, Lori.
Lori was my mentor. Loved her so much.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, I did it for her too. I wanted to, I just didn't want us to fall by the wayside. And
Mhm.
because I had experience in blogging and I was sort of emerging with social media, I felt that I probably was the best candidate to kind of forge us into that next step.
You did.
Yeah. So
let's talk about a couple of things. One of my favorite books I have of yours is one of the ones we're giving away, and that's Making Biscuits. Can you show that book and tell people what the heck? Because one of them's going to get their paws on an autographed copy. It's kind of a collection of things, right?
yeah, this book is so much fun. So here's the crazy thing. This kitty here, that's Jasmine in cartoon form. Here she is. That's my ginger cat Beauty.
Oh, isn't that a pretty ginger cat, Kathy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jasmine, we got her at the Global Pet Rescue. Somebody had abandoned her, and she's a rescue cat. So she kind of changed my life too. But so one of my cats, Mia, is the shyest cat you'll ever meet in your life. She just, you know, you pet her and she kind of like, why are you touching me? And despite the fact that she's lived in the same house her entire life, and her brother and sister are not shy, and nothing crazy's ever happened to her. It's just her DNA. She's very, very shy. So one day I got out of the shower and I wrapped my head in a towel and I bent my head over. And I feel something jump on the towel. I'm like, what is that? It was Mia. I'm like, okay, this is weird. So she decided that, nope, this is where Mom and I are going to bond. So I'm hunched over, naked, dripping wet.
Don't demonstrate.
The cat's, she's making biscuits on the towel on my head. And I'm patting her and she's purring and she's settling down for her nap. And the light bulb went off. I'm like, this is weird. And I said, you know what? If she's doing this, there's a good chance that other people are going to be able to relate to this and tell me that their cat's doing something even weirder. So
that's what this book is. It's a collection of stories about what cats are doing. And I love this because it says from well-known celebrities, musicians, cat behaviorists, authors, everyday people submitted into the book Making Biscuits.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mia.
Yes. But the even better part was, once I started to compile all these weird, crazy stories, I realized that a lot of the submissions had common threads. And then I decided to research, wait a minute, what's making this cat tick? And so the book is this great compilation of great stories, but now I'm educating you because I'm explaining why your cat does what it does. And then I'm offering tips on how to enhance the bond, or how to enhance their environment, or how to change perhaps what you might perceive as a negative habit. And the whole reason I did this was, you know what, the better we know our cats, the less cats are going to end up in shelters, because if you know why they tick,
why they have nighttime zoomies,
you know, or you can at least understand that, geez, you know what, maybe I need to give them more playtime, or maybe they need a cat tower with high spaces, or maybe I shouldn't be feeding them chocolate because it's dangerous. Or so the book is educating without people realizing it.
Without preaching. Yeah.
I love that.
So this new book coming out, Orange Crush, tell us about what's the ETA. And don't worry, I'm not your editor pushing you.
Well, yeah, the ETA was supposed to be this year, but that's never going to happen. It'll be next year, hopefully. But basically what happened with that one, 2 years ago, very randomly in my Facebook feed, something came up about Ginger Cat Appreciation Day. I'm like,
Who's me? I
okay.
have a ginger cat.
And I'm pretty good with graphics. So I said, hey, I have a ginger cat. So I threw a graphic together very quickly, and I just posted it on Facebook, and I did a quick search and found a few ginger cat groups, and I'm like, oh, I'll share it here. And throughout the day, my computer's going bing, 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 bing. And it's like, okay, there's a lot of people that like ginger cats. So I didn't really think much.
I don't know if I like them or not. What do you think?
So it didn't really like connect at that moment, but a year later, I started posting more and more pictures of my own ginger cat, Jasmine, and she just constantly got so much feedback, and I'm like, okay. And then I started researching. I'm thinking, how many ginger cats are there? And I'm looking in television and movies and Churchill and it just, the list went on and on and on and on. And I'm like, there's a lot of ginger cats out there. So I'm going to write about them. Garfield, it doesn't have to be real cat cartoons.
Right.
Hobbs, Tigger, Tony the Tiger. It goes on and on and on. And so.
Well, really quickly, I'm going to ask Kathy to jump in here because we know it's not a breed, but
No.
they seem to have this personality that they're pretty comical and very social, but it's not a breed. So what's the deal?
No, well, they're mostly boys, as you know. Because if they're girls, they're usually calico or something like that. But they're just crazy redheads is how I describe it. They're just
they're primarily some
they have
sort
their
of
own
tabby.
personality.
Yeah. Like you'll see the M, the tabby M.
Let's see if we can see it on him. You see him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes,
Yeah.
he's trying to get the treats.
We're going to have that. We better move along, Arden.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
What's your questions real quick?
Okay, so guys, we've been talking with Deb Barnes. We do finish on time. So I'm going to see how much you were paying attention. She's going to give one autographed copy of the Chronicles of Z and Zoe. Hold that book up. And one copy of Making Biscuits. And hold that book up. So here's my question. She talked about her cats, Z and Zoe. Going to make it easy for you guys. Which cat is a Maine Coon? I'm giving you a 50-50. Is it Z or Zoe? Don't say anything, Deb. Number 2, we talked to her and she had a ragdoll cat who was the inspiration for her to create the Rainbow Bridge Remembrance Day, which is coming up on August 28th. What's the name of that late great cat of hers who was a ragdoll that inspired her? Are those good ones, Deb?
Works for me.
I was paying attention. All right, guys, we got about 13 minutes left. And I do know my co-pilot, Kathy Black, always puts a great presentation together. And this one's going to be talking about large cat breeds. Well, I'm going to turn my monitor off for a minute because I got to get ready to make my very potent cocktail. So take it away, Kathy. Stick around, Deb.
Sure will.
Okay, so it's interesting that Deb was talking about the Maine Coon and the Bengal because they fall underneath my top 5 all large breeds. Okay, this was the ad that Teresa put together for us with the Ragdoll and the Maine Coon and the Norwegian. So I just did a real quick search on the internet and I took some words from our CFA standard. Now, our CFA standard does not list height and does not list weight because we want to have a nice range to be able to cover a wide variety of sizes. So the Maine Coon cat is described as medium to large. I looked on the internet and I found a website that listed height and weight. So I copied from that website. Like I said, these are not in our standard. So most all the cats were 10 to 20 or 10 to 16 pounds. And and they were all about 9 to 16 or 9 to 12 inches tall. The Maine Coon came out to be the tallest, was 16 inches tall. I always think of a Maine Coon as long and rectangular, so to me, length was more important than height. But anyway, the Ragdoll medium to large is from our CFA standard, 9 to 11 inches high, 10 to 20 pounds. And the Norwegian Forest Cat doesn't even give its size. It just says the males are large and imposing. So the Norwegian Forest Cat, 8 to 12 inches tall, 13 to 20 pounds. We think of the Persians as being kind of compact, but they are not small cats. And in fact, our standard says large to medium, where you notice the Maine Coon said medium to large. They're not as tall though, 8 to 10 inches tall, 7 to 12 pounds. I've felt some that were more than 12 pounds. The Siberian is a very large breed. Our standard says medium to medium large. They're also 10 to 20 pounds. And then I was thinking, we've got all these long hair breeds. I've got to come up with a short hair breed. So I came up with the Bengal. It says medium to large in the standard, 8 to 10 inches tall, 15 to 18 pounds. So that's a lot of muscle on that Bengal. Of course, I think these weights are more in favor of the males than the females. So then I got to thinking, well, wouldn't it be fun to try to find a dog breed that we can match up with our cat breeds, just for fun? So I hope everybody enjoys this as much as I did. So my dog equivalent for the Maine Coon, I came up with the Old English Sheepdog. And the reason why I thought of the Old English Sheepdog is, you know, the old cartoons, you know, with the dog sitting out there watching the sheep, you know, just walk around and be all calm and laid back. And I just thought of the Old English Sheepdog. It's shaggy. The Maine Coon coat is supposed to be shaggy. And so they're laid back and they're social and they're big. And so to me, the Old English Sheepdog is the breed equivalent for the cat, Maine Coon cat. Then the Norwegian Forest Cat, I thought of the Collie.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Collie has that long, straight head. The Norwegian Forest Cat has a long, straight head. They both have double coats and these big ruffs around the head. And I tried to find a color that kind of matched. So the Collie is my equivalent of the Norwegian Forest Cat.
Lassie would agree.
Okay, the Ragdoll, they say it's supposed to be laid back and easygoing. And when I've never owned an Afghan hound, I don't know anything about Afghan hounds, but every time I ever see one, it's always laying around where the people are being fanned in the old Egyptian days or whatever. These dogs are just always laying around looking beautiful and being all relaxed.
Like this is the Afghan hound.
So I thought, well, this kind of reminds me of the Ragdoll. Ragdolls are easygoing and sweet and relaxed, and they're not necessarily all that calm, but neither probably is the Afghan hound. But anyway, that was the equivalent I came up with for the Ragdoll.
Look at you!
The Siberian, I came up with a Samoyed. Now, both of these are from Siberia. The Samoyed is original dog of Siberia and Russia, and the Siberian's the same way. So the Samoyed is the dog equivalent to the Siberian. And then I thought, okay, I've got to come up with one for the Bengal. So what am I going to come up with for the Bengal? Well, the Bengal is spotted, so oops, wait, I'm not there yet. The Persian, okay, the Tibetan Mastiff, okay. Persians are big and fluffy and flat-faced and lots of coat, and so this Tibetan Mastiff was
How's
my
your vacuums,
equivalent.
Everybody? How's your vacuum cleaners?
So I got two redheads here.
Okay.
Now for the Bengal. I came up with the Dalmatian. Okay, it's spotted. Okay, it's active. It's loyal. It's sweet. So that was my dog equivalent to the Bengal. So we've got the Dalmatian for the Bengal, the Mastiff for the Persian, the Samoyed for the Siberian, the Afghan hound for the Ragdoll, and the Collie for the Norwegian, and the Old English Sheepdog for the Maine Coon. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did.
I give you pause and applause. That was very
great.
creative. You
Very
really think the cat to me? for this. And you now have a dog, so you're getting the dog and cat way of thinking. What do you think, Destiny? We got to ask Destiny. Destiny, do you agree with those comparisons?
She says, I like anything mother does. I don't care. Yes.
And she has a dog, Deb, that's probably smaller than any of the cats in her house.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
by
used to
far.
be, I mean, I've always had cats or dogs. It's just until recently that I haven't, but I had an old English sheepdog. That was a great comparison.
Oh,
I loved
good,
it. I loved it. There you go.
This is my COVID acquisition. So,
Yeah, I
they
know.
said everybody in COVID either got a dog or a deep fryer or air fryer. I think, yeah. So
I used to
We
be called
have just,
Ellie Mae. Yeah.
We got a few minutes left, but you showed us that one T-shirt that was about the red light. It was very cute, the dot. It must be fun to be able to put quips on a shirt.
So
It
people are
is.
asking, how do they get that shirt? They want
Yeah,
that shirt.
people
Is
want
it
to know, how do
available?
they get that shirt?
Yeah, if you go to zzoe.com, there's a tab for shopping, and I have 4 or 5 different T-shirts available. That's just
Okay.
one of them.
That's one of my favorites. Hey,
Yeah.
guys, we only have a few minutes left. So at this time, we want to talk about the CCW.
Okay, so the companion cat world is CFA's
sorry.
way of registering and recognizing the non-pedigreed cats. So when you register your cat, it's a one-time fee of $13. A portion of that fee goes to a local shelter in your area. You upload a picture and you get a card with your cat's picture, your cat's name, your information. There's luggage tags, key rings, which are great for zipper pulls or just on your key ring. Check it all out at cfa.org/CCW, which stands for Companion Cat World.
What do you think, Deb? Isn't that a nice thing that
I like
CFA is
that.
doing?
Yeah.
Hey, also, mark your calendars, guys. Thursday, a week from tomorrow, August 26th, I'm hoping you guys will show up via Zoom to attend my cat first aid CPR class. Yeah, we're going to the fine felines. It's a 3-hour class, veterinary approved. Look at my teachers, couple of ginger boys. Casey and Rusty. Last week, somebody signed up. I was really happy. Thank you. We will promise it'll be fun, but you will learn how to wrangle an injured cat. Go to Pet First Aid for you. And I'm having a hairball, so hang on just a sec.
Well, and while you're doing that, I'm going to bring up the recipe for your drink.
Oh, okay, good. So, as you know, guys, when I'm not writing and wrangling cats and teaching, I love to make different drinks. I'm a licensed bartender. Give a shout out to Teresa Kiger, all-breed cat judge and editor of Cat Talk. She's the genius that creates my graphics. So this one is called the Havanese Iced Coffee Jolt. It's a mighty drink for those who crave caffeine and purrs. So I'm going to make this right now, and I'll probably now be up all night. So you have a nice glass with ice in it. You take a cocktail shaker, and you get some ice in there. And here comes the potent punch. You take 1/2 ounce each of the following. Let's see, vodka. So say goodnight, Arden. Here we go. There's Arden. We're going to have a 1/2 ounce of tequila. Say goodnight, Arden. All right. I'm not driving tonight. We're not done. We're going to get some rum for the tum. So I'm putting in a 1/2 ounce of rum. Look at Deb's
This
eyes.
is like a Long Island iced tea.
It is. It's a Long Island iced tea that meets like Red Bull.
You're going to have the zoomies.
You're going to, oh yeah, human zoomies. You temper it with a little Bailey's. You then shake this up a little bit. I do have the lid this time.
That always helps.
But we're not done, because then you're going to pour this into your ice glass. Yum, nom, 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 nom. And you're going to top it with your favorite iced coffee. I like the blonde roast. I'm a mild girl. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for this. And then we bring it all together. And at this time,
Yeah, sounds great.
I want all of us to raise a glass, be it water, be it the Havanese iced coffee jolt, or the red wine that we have with our special guest, Deb Barnes. Let us all raise a glass and let us toast to all cats, purebreds, ginger cats, cats of mysterious backgrounds. They make us humans better. Cheers, kitties.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh. You guys, if you dig coffee and you're not going anywhere and you want to have an all night watch Netflix binge, this is your drink.
That sounds fabulous.
So at this time, I really want to thank the Cat Fancier Association for presenting Meowy Hour every week. I want to thank our special guest, Deb Barnes. Go to zzoe.com. I want to thank my amazing co-pilot, the remarkable Kathy Black, and Destiny. Casey and Rusty are somewhere around here. We definitely want to do a shout out to our great sponsors. In Clover, go to inclover.com, type in Meowy. What is it? Meowy.
Meowy in Clover 21.
Meowy and Clover 21 and save yourself 10% at checkout. Next week, guys, we're going to meet a famous therapy cat by the name of Baxter. Baxter has his own Facebook page, and his human coming along is Terry Jennings. She helped found iCat, which is all about therapy cat training. You know that Casey's is a therapy cat. So I'm really looking forward to learning how, just like our guest today, Deb, how cats can make us purr from the inside out, right?
Absolutely.
Did you have a good time, Deb?
I did. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy, and thank you, Arden, and
Thank you
Casey
for
and
joining
Rusty.
us.
And my
Thank you, Kismet. Thank you, Jasmine, Z, Zoe, and on and on and on. But you
dogs,
know what?
poodles.
They make us better people. They really do. And so I have to have another drink because this is calling my name.
All right, honey, it's 6 o'clock. Time to say
All right,
goodbye.
guys. So here's the deal. We'll see you next Wednesday night. Same cat channel, same cat time. Cheers. Thanks,
Cheers.
everybody.
Stay safe too, guys.
All right.
That's right.
Okay, bye-bye.